WIND.com. I'm Monica Ricks in New York. For the first time ever, the FDA has approved the sale of over-the-counter Narcan.
I think this is a terrific step forward in trying to prevent deaths from opioid overdose.
CBS medical contributor Dr. John LaPook says it'll be available at grocery stores and pharmacies later this summer without a prescription.
It's easy to use and works quickly, and the hope is for this to become widely available to try to curb the epidemic of opioid overdose deaths we're seeing now.
Still no word on how much it'll cost or how much of an impact this will have on the opioid crisis. More than 110,000 people died from overdoses last year. The White House isn't letting up on the president's call for an assault weapons ban following the school shooting in Nashville. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
We continue to call on Congress to act, to pass an assault weapons ban, and take additional actions to make our kids and communities safer.
In just a few hours, the city of Nashville is holding a candlelight vigil to honor victims and survivors of the shooting. First Lady Jill Biden will be there. The Vatican confirms Pope Francis is in a hospital in Rome getting treated for a respiratory infection. Catholic Studies professor Dr. Phyllis Zagano.
The paperwork that needs to be signed, I don't think causes a great deal of stress, and since his priest secretary will be there in the hospital with him, I can't imagine that the same bag of documents will not be delivered to him every afternoon.
But audiences with the pontiff have been scrapped till Sunday. In California, a reparations task force could recommend massive payouts for decades of discrimination.
Determining who qualifies and calculating how much each person will get is complicated.
Wealth is essential to economic stability.
Dietrich Mohammed Asante is with the advocacy group National Community Reinvestment Coalition.
Nationwide, the median wealth for African Americans is around $9,000.
That's much lower than the median wealth for whites. There is a wide range of proposals. One calls for $800 billion to be paid out, but that's more than 2 times the state's annual budget. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Howard Schultz testified before a Senate panel on Capitol Hill today defending Starbucks against allegations of union-busting efforts. Committee Chair Bernie Sanders.
The fundamental issue we are confronting today is whether we have a system of justice that applies to all, or whether billionaires and large corporations can break the law with impunity.
The National Labor Relations Board says it's received dozens of complaints against Starbucks since 2021 when Buffalo workers formed the company's first union. The Dow's up more than 300 points this hour. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.